Hello, and welcome back. Today, we're going to address the topic of stress at work. In Japan, stress-related deaths due to overworking have become so common that they actually have their own name, karoshi, which means death by overwork. Unfortunately, this is becoming more and more commonplace here in the West as well, because people find themselves overwhelmed with the sheer amount of work they feel they have to do just to keep up, let alone get ahead. Let me tell you about myself. Many years ago, I was one of these people. I was a two-sport head coach and was working as hard as I could to be successful and have my teams competing for championships. I was working as hard as I could to get ahead and was continually getting burned out on stress. The long hours, late nights evaluating game film, dealing with parents, keeping kids motivated to do their best, keeping my assistants happy and helpful, the stresses incumbent in high-level competition, and the pressure to win led to my body being frequently ill. And the time it took to recover and the drop in peak performance led to my realization that pushing myself so hard was a false economy. Even though I could get locked down in a burst of busy activity, each time I got ill, I'd lose a lot of the ground I had gained during the periods of forced recovery. So I decided I would take more time outside of the game to improve my health. However, I'd fill my time reading books related to work, going through game strategies to improve my coaching, and wouldn't really relax at all. I was working just as hard as before, only in a nicer location. When I began to take a longer look at why it was that I found it so hard to relax, I realized that it was because I was so driven that I didn't want to lose out on any opportunity to get better and get more done. It finally dawned on me that unless I decided to do something completely different, there would never be an end to it. Otherwise, whatever I achieved each year, there was always more to achieve the next year. Busyholism is the ideal that sometimes people who feel the need to work all the time because they need the money or for the need to get ahead, or even they can't bear to be bored, are actually addicted to busyness. I was exposed to this phrase coined by Dr. Maria Nemeth, and I'd never heard it before, but it described my lifestyle far too well for my liking. Busyholism. More accurately, people who are busyholics are addicted to the buzz they get from the chemicals the brain produces as part of the stress response. For myself, this manifested itself as a feeling of guilt that if I took time off, I'd somehow be falling behind and wouldn't be prepared for the coming practices and games. Even though I knew rationally that this wasn't true, I also knew that if I didn't find some way to get around that feeling of guilt, my mind and body wouldn't be able to function optimally, and I would be in a constant state of stress and exhaustion. I found the answer not only in God's Word, where it talks about casting all my cares on Him, and to take a day each week for total rest. I also found the answer in an interview I was listening to with sports psychologist Jim Lure. He worked with many of the top athletes of the day. In describing the nature of stress in sport, or at home, or in the workplace, Lure explained that if you want to be a peak performer in any area of your life, you have to find ways to renew your energy, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Our body's energy systems work best when we turn them up as brightly as we can and then turn them off again. The metaphor Lure used was this: life is not a marathon. It is a series of sprints. This is the principle of oscillation. Periods of energy expenditure followed by periods of energy recovery. In order to be fully engaged when life at times matters most, we need to be able to switch into recovery mode and give ourselves enough downtime to recharge our systems, and then return to whatever it is that we're doing, even stronger and more focused than before. Thomas Edison even understood this concept. It's said that he would work for hours, but would periodically take a 15 to 20-minute cat nap and then go back to what he was working on. So, by alternating between periods of intense activity and periods of gentle activity and rest, you can develop your strength and stamina and become more engaged with life. Once I understood the importance of incorporating quality recovery time into my schedule, I began to spend more of my time on vacation just relaxing. I'd lie on the beach each day and feel the warmth of the sun, vividly imagining each muscle relaxing, from the top of my head all the way down to the tips of my toes. Even after I returned home, I'd continue to practice this same technique, but this time I'd simply vividly imagine myself sunbathing on a beautiful beach. Given that the human nervous system doesn't differentiate between real and vividly imagined events, each time I took myself through that experience, it felt as though I was still on vacation. And as far as my nervous system was concerned, I was. The more relaxed I became, the better I felt, and the more efficient I became at work. As I introduced more and more recovery time into my routine, I was able to get more done in less time, and I was able to let go of my addiction to busyness more and more. As I learned to change my response to stress and worry, I discovered that I could stay at my best for longer and then bounce back quicker than ever before. My resilience increased and my overall health improved because stress affects every cell in your body. So when I learned to control it, I saw greater results in my health. The research is astounding. As a result of having greater control over stress in your life, you'll feel better and live longer. Your immune system will be stronger. Your stamina will be significantly increased, and you'll make better decisions, and better still, the overall quality of your life will be significantly enhanced. So, here's what you can do. One of the simplest ways to build quality time into your already busy schedule is to take advantage of a naturally occurring phenomenon known as the ultradian rest phase. Recent research has shown that the mind and body have their own pattern of rest and alertness, with one predominant cycle that occurs approximately every 90 minutes. This is when the body stops externally oriented behavior and takes about 15 minutes to relax and replenish its energy. These are the moments in the day when you find your mind starting to wander, and sweet, soft feeling of relaxation begins to fill your body. It's as though your body is about to drift off into a wonderful, refreshing sleep. Unfortunately, many people instantly override this message from their body by choking down a double espresso or a Red Bull or take a 5-hour energy drink and try even harder to concentrate on whatever it is they're doing. And then after a while, they establish a pattern of overriding their body's natural rhythm, and the natural feeling of relaxation becomes less and less often. The good news is that all you need to do to bring it back is to allow yourself to take advantage of it when it does occur. So for the next several days, here's what you should do. At least twice a day, when you find yourself daydreaming and a feeling of comfort starts in your body, go with it and allow yourself to relax deeply for no less than 5 minutes and no more than 20 minutes. You'll awake feeling refreshed and with better concentration afterwards. The systematic relaxation exercise simply involves thinking about a particular area of your body and then telling yourself to relax with a soothing tone of voice. Take the time to grow through each part of your body. Go through slowly, giving yourself the time to really feel the tension releasing from that part of your body as you go. Only do it when you can safely relax completely. So, let's take a few moments and do it now. Close your eyes and follow these instructions. Use your most comfortable, tired, drowsy voice as if telling yourself a bedtime story. Simply say to yourself the following instructions. Now, I relax my eyes. Now, I relax my jaw. Now, I relax my throat. Now, I relax my shoulders. Now, I relax my arms. Now, I relax my hands. Now, I relax my chest. Now, I relax my stomach. Now, I relax my thighs. Now, I relax my knees. Now, I relax my calves. Now, I relax my feet. Now, I relax my mind. Pause for a little while to notice the feelings, and then if you wish, repeat it. Stay with this feeling as long as you wish. You'll be able to return to full waking consciousness, refreshed and alert as soon as you're ready. Oh, that's right. You might want a nice stretch and a yawn as you awaken. Refreshed, relaxed, alert. Remember, at least twice a day, take a 5 to 20-minute break to do the systematic relaxation exercise. I hope you enjoyed these tips, and be sure to like and subscribe below. Until next time, here's to your everyday bliss.